Hey guys, so much because you want to only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a Mini City. The verdict is in. The skyscraper that we built last episode is going to be 3 blocks high. That's what you guys said. There was a few people that said 2. There's a few more people that said 3. Overall, 3 was the winner, which I'm quite glad about because I think I preferred 3 blocks high as well. Today is going to be a little bit of a challenge. I want to build the skyscraper that's being built. So this one will be 2 blocks high. Okay, and it's located... Is it right at the end or... Yeah, it is pretty much right at the end here. So let's just grab any block. Will do. We don't want the walls though. You could go for glass. Stone brick I don't want to use because that can be used for... Stone bricks can be used for slabs and stairs and stuff like that. Ore, that's always the best way to do it. Ore, diamond ore, there we go. That's going to be the one. We don't want to use redstone ore for anything because redstone ore, when you hit it or whatever, has those particle effects, and I don't want that. So this is going to be the skyscraper that's being built. Then what we have is the construction yard on the outside. Now I think we can do the construction yard in one block. I think we could make, obviously we can't make the fences actually have any height to them. There's no block that exists in Minecraft that allows us to have fences. You know, we can't do anything like that to have fences going around the side, but we can make it look like from the top that there's fences with some little dirt mounds. Might depending on how many pixels it is, be able to fit in a little digger, a flat digger, as if we were looking down on top of it. And then obviously the crane needs to go here, and the crane is going to be the challenge of the episode. I'm sure we can texture the block to look somewhat like a skyscraper. But this crane is going to be tough. Now, I think the best way to do it would be to use panes, and we might as well use yellow. Why not? And make it just a solid block, you know, so it's not see-through. That would give a crane stalk look. That would get a good start to a crane. But we need the top bit that goes along. I can't really... I mean, yeah, I suppose you could use that, but now that makes this section look too thin, doesn't it? It makes the stick look grossly thin and the top section look way too big. Slabs are the next option, which I think are probably the option that we're going to go for, and any block will do. Nether brick slab would do. Now, the only problem with this is that we're using an entire block that has a slab and stair variant to look like a crane, which is a little bit of a waste, but is a potentiality. But as you can see, still, it looks extremely large. It's extremely large for the width. I mean, the height I would be happy with. I wouldn't mind that height, but the width is the real problem. If it was thinner... then it would work. However, in vanilla Minecraft, which is what this world is, I'm not using any mods for this world. I don't want to use any mods for this world. That might be our best option, unless you guys can think of something. Oh yeah, someone did come up, or there's a couple of people that came up with the same idea for the gravestones, and that's to use pressure plates. They wouldn't touch the floor pressure plates if we retextured them. They would only be the top, but we would be able to get them in lines instead of in crosses. Potentiality there. Oh, I thought we were raining. So what else have we got that can be placed in such a way? Fences can. Iron bars. No, iron bars we've already used for... No, and iron bars still come across the same problem of the height, like how the glass was. I think we're going to have the same problem with fences, though, as well, aren't we? I know this is an already textured fence, but... I mean, maybe because of the breaks that we've got in it. Maybe because of the breaks, it won't look that bad. Imagine all that was yellow. Like yellow and black or something like that. You know, that could work. And then change this out for some sort of... Oh, yellow shulker box. yellow wool's been taken, yellow hardened clay's been taken. I could use any block, but yellow shulker box is pretty useful. Oh no, shulker boxes don't join up to fences. Okay, so I'll have to retexture a block that wasn't yellow to yellow. Gold works. To yellow. To look like the little cabin area. I can then put a fence on top of that. I know it looks weird because it's not textured at the moment, but it will work. I'm going to have a think about it. I'll be back. I hate it when I get interrupted in videos by other people. Anyway, well, it was my dog. It wasn't a person. It was my dog that interrupted me this time. I've changed the fences out with dark oak ones because they're ones that we can retexture to yellow. And I ended up taking out the panes for fences as well, because obviously they can be the same texture. That doesn't matter. But these are a little bit thin. These look a little bit fatter. These ones are a better size for the scale of our city, because this is huge. I mean, if you think that this is a skyscraper and then this is a crane, I know cranes are tall. Cranes can be taller than skyscrapers. The height doesn't affect me, doesn't worry me at all. However, the scale of it, this is the size of a house, and this is meant to be the cockpit. I'm going to call it the cockpit of the crane. However, I don't know another way to do it. I just don't know. I can't think of one. We can retexture this to look maybe a little bit better, maybe give the effect that it's a little bit smaller. But no matter what, this is going to be a huge crane in comparison to the city. But you know what? It doesn't actually look that bad. We're going for it. We're going for it. If it doesn't work, then I shall ask you guys for some help. Let's jump into Photoshop. Okay, so I've loaded up the dark oak, or apparently in the files it's called Planks Big Oak. It took me ages to find. It's called Planks Big Oak, but it is the dark oak texture, which is the block that we're using the fence design for here in order to make our crane. I can't retexture the fence itself. I have to retexture the texture that the fence is using. Okay, because like a fence block has no texture. It just uses the texture of like the version that it's meant to be. Little bit confusing. So what can we do with this texture? If we put any lines vertically along, horizontally along, like there is, you get these sort of dark spots, these dark lines going across. I mean, yeah, it could work, but I don't know if I really like it. We could just make it a solid yellow. That would probably be our first goal for this, was just to be yellow. But then if I staggered every other block black, or nearly every other block black, we could possibly make it look like it's got the little holes in it. We want a yellow. I mean, I could go with bright yellow. Or a little bit, yeah, like that colour I think is a good one. And bow. Oh my, that's so bright. So, this is option number 1. Now, if we just save that, I could actually load it up and preview it here without going, like, all the way back into Minecraft. We just need to let the resource pack load. And what I'm thinking is, you know how with our crane, in fact, I've got the crane here, how we've got the holes down the middle and up the sides here? We can mimic something similar to that. Oops, I've just changed my field of view. There we go. We can do something similar to that by actually making some of these blocks black. Actually looks a lot better already just being yellow, doesn't it? Okay, let's try it then. Let's try it. We'll do this a little bit different this episode. Most episodes I actually just do it all and then we'll see at the end. This one I think we need a little bit more careful with, be a little bit more careful with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do every other block black. Like this. No, I don't want to do every other block black. I want to do every other block black. Did you guys understand that? I think I know what I meant. Every other block black. So like this. That way the blacks aren't going to be touching. They're not going to look half and half. Obviously, it would be half and half if we'd done every other one. But like this, hopefully, it'll still look like the yellow has like the majority of it. Now, we only have to do 2 lines, and then what I can do is I can mimic them. I think I want it like that, yeah? And, oops, I got rid of my bar. And then do that. And then do this. And it's just a nice quick, oops. Where did you go? And then it's just a nice quick way to be able to do it. There. Thank you. And there. I don't want this outside. No, I can have that outside line. Yeah. So that works. If we combine all those and save them, let's see what it looks like. If it doesn't look good, we'll just take the black blocks away. I hope it looks how it does in my head. It doesn't always work out that way, but I'm hoping. Okay, it's actually a lot smaller than I thought. I thought these would be like 1 pixel would be huge. I actually didn't expect it to be so many. Oh, okay then. So I don't exactly know what part of the block it takes, but it's 4 black pixels wide, so 8 pixels in total wide. So if we instead then do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that would take up a complete area if we've got it in line. Ooh, this is taking some thought, because otherwise we're only going to get a little slither of this black thing, of this black one. Well, see, that doesn't show up at all, so it's obviously, maybe it takes the middle of the texture. That's what I'm going to guess. What, I don't know where the middle is now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. That's the middle. So I would guess I would say that it takes the middle of the texture. Oh, what a fun episode. I thought this was going to be straightforward. I thought it was going to be find some blocks that work for the crane and boom, you're away. But no. Yeah, okay, so that did. It takes the middle of the texture, and it looks like it takes the entire length of the texture. So it looks like we can get like 4 of those in 2 blacks and 2 yellows. However, we don't want the whole thing being black. We want just an area of it being black. So now we can use this texture. We'll grab the yellow one back, and we want to leave, I think, something like a 4x4 of black in the middle. That would be about right. So then we'll put this around here. I'm going to paint, actually. I know no pixels were selected. I didn't select any, that's why. We'll take these away. I don't think that anything else over here gets touched at all. I don't think it's affected one little bit. And that one. Okay, so then we'll grab these. And we want this one to go here. There. And there. Let's save that one again. And have another look. Oh, I'm so glad that I've, like, taken our time with this one. We might not be able to get the skyscraper done this episode. Yeah, okay. That works. Oh, it does use a little bit of the side ones here. Look, check that out. It does use a little slither. But this looks great, right? That actually looks like our crane pillar here. And these ones along the side here also have holes in them. So, I mean, that works. I'm happy with that. I'm not happy with these dots here. I think what I'll do with the dots is I'll take away all of the dots and just make it all yellow. So that's way too big. So we'll just do this. Take away all of the dots. I can take those ones away as well. I think that's going to look a lot better. Boy, is that a weird looking block. So it's been saved. We'll put that back over again. Now, for the skyscraper that's being built, yeah, see, it looks much better. That's starting to look okay. For the center area, we'll talk about the skyscraper later, I think. We'll do the whole crane first. For the start of this crane, we're going to want to have the same yellow as we've used on the crane itself. Do I want any darker spots? Oh, I've got hiccups. Let's just put some darker ones in. Just so we get a little bit of 3D-ness to it. Put that back down to 1. Down here. And underneath there. That one, that one, that one, and that one. I know it looks super weird. Trust me, that'll be fine in Minecraft. So for the center, we're going to have to get our gold block out. We're going to want to keep the same yellow as what we've got so that the crane all blends in. Yeah, so we just get this sort of 3D touch around the side. I think it looks just a little bit smarter. So yeah, grab the same yellow. We want to have... I think I'll just end up putting windows around the entire side. What if I put just the dark oak in there? Boy, it would save an extra block. You know, that's not too far off what we would need. It's really not that far off. Do I leave it like that? Am I happy with that? Because, obviously, we would have a windscreen normally. But if we do a windscreen, it's going to be a windscreen on all of the sides, like how it is now. Unless I used a jack-o'-lantern or something. But I need 2 sides that are unique, and that doesn't really happen. I think I'm going to leave it like that. I think I'm sort of happy with that. Out of interest, could I get an iron bar and put them... I know Minecraft's really small for you guys. Oh, I can't. I thought maybe it could look like the wires, you know, sort of holding up, but it just doesn't work. Okay, not a problem. For the skyscraper, we've got 2 choices here. I could use 2 different blocks. If we use the same block, it's going to be the same down the bottom as it is at the top. So it's going to be the two repeating patterns. However, with our construction site, we actually have, technically, let's say this was 2 blocks and the bottom one has the brown for the scaffolding. We can't make the scaffolding actually come out. So is it worth making it brown? Would it look right or would it look wrong? I think it'll look wrong. We're going to stick with 1 block, but we're just going to make most of it just grey and then black. We learned from the multi-story car park that we can't make areas transparent. It looks weird. We ended up... oh, that is the... Is that the wrong block in the end? Hang on. Ugh. Oh, I forgot when I full screen it, you guys can't actually see it, which is why I leave it in windowed mode when we're doing the Photoshop stuff. Coal ore. Yeah, that's what we're using at the minute. But I thought we had... Didn't I actually decide against that? I thought I decided against that. And we instead made one that was black. I'm sure I did. I mean, maybe not. Would that block be better on glass? No, because you still can't see through the glass. Okay, well, I need to make that black for sure, but we'll do a similar thing to how we did here, which is by putting the horizontal layers in for each floor. And then we have to fill the middle up with just black as if it wasn't there. We can't make it invisible to make it look like separate layers. It just doesn't work in Minecraft. That type of thing just doesn't exist. So, I should be back. Alright, here's good old diamond ore, and this is what we need to put on it. White, grey, darker grey going down the vertical axis. Really simple, really easy to do. Why do I still have yellow? I don't need yellow. So we need white first. Swatch those round. I should make it all black first. just have a black base because that's what's going to be invisible to us. And then we want white along the horizontal ones. Now, we worked out, was it last episode, that leaving 3 blocks to do 2 blocks thick, 2 blocks between, yeah, works the best. So if I done this should work. Wow, that's like an optical illusion, isn't it? Does it make your eyes go weird looking at it? It makes my eyes go weird. We want a darker one to go underneath. These are meant to be the slabs that then stick out against it. Like so. It's not going to look like a perfect construction site. We just don't have the ability to do that. I need a dark block. I'm going to make them 2 blocks thick. So it stands out a little bit more. And we want to have this on both sides as well as a darker one. So we'll get the darker texture, darker color. It's pretty close to the black, but we're going to have to do it. Do I want it like that? No, I don't think so. We'll just have them down the side. And then we want the same thing on the other side. It's a really simple one. This might be all that we need to do with it, to be honest. Something like that. Then it's repeated all the way up. I could put down some scaffolding, but the scaffolding will be the same on either side. Do we want to do that? Yes. You know, I'm going to do a test. I'm going to put a new layer so I can remove it if I want to really easily. What we're going to do is we're going to grab some brown, as if this was like a hold up area. Okay, so it doesn't need to be that big. Something like that. I have a bit of a darker one underneath it to look like a little bit of shading on it. We're then going to grab some this color to go down here and to go down here. And then I'm going to grab like a yellow for a little basket of where people would work. This is going to be the same on all of the sides, remember. That's just the only way that we can do it. I can make that go a little bit bigger. I'm going to have a little bit of a darker yellow to have some shading. And we're going to grab some black just to have something like that. Now that looks to me like the little chain lift, or like the lifts that they have in there. Like that could extend down and up. It's a real shame that it's going to look exactly the same height all of the way around. And there's going to be like 8 of them in total. But do I like it? Do we like it with it or without it? That's why I used a new layer. See, it's meant to be this kind of thing, you know, where it drops down and people stand on them and workmen can get to each level on them. I'm going to leave it there. I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but I'm going to leave it there. We're going to save that. I'm going to combine them. Oops. I'm going to combine them. I'm going to save them. And that's under the ore. I think on the construction site. I don't think we've got time for the construction site today. We'll have to do that another episode. So, I shall be back. Alright, and here we are. There's the skyscraper. You know, that works out really good. I'm happy with that. It actually looks a little bit better than what I thought it would. Yes, the black's a little bit overwhelming. It could actually work as a skyscraper itself. But obviously it's meant to be a sort of one that's being made. I like the lifts in there. If you guys have any better ideas on how we could do the crane control area, then let me know. You guys always come up with some great ideas. But remember, the texture is always the same on all 4 sides, unless you use a special block like a melon or a pumpkin, but then only one of the sides are different, or technically 2 if you include the top. But I need 2 side ones different. We could use a painting, but that's a waste. It's a real tough balance, which is why that's probably the best thing that we can do. I will use an iron bar, I think, to look like the crane is sort of holding something. If I done it another block back, I mean, it would look even like if I done it back here, it looks like it's sort of retracted a little bit. Just trying to think of a way that I could like put something underneath there, like a slab, and would it look like the slab was sort of being pulled up to the top? Do you know? Oops. Do you know what I mean? Like, does it look like the crane's actually using it? If I move the crane over by 1 block... I mean, they could go there, I suppose. I think that actually looks better. Do you know what I mean? And that's about the right scale. Then it gives us 2 blocks to use to make the construction site a little bit bigger. It looks like the crane's actually holding something up. Then, you know, I'm like 86% happy with it. I'm 14% not happy with it, but 86% happy with it. I think that's a good enough ratio to leave it for today. If you guys enjoyed it, then hit the like button. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe. And we shall see you in the next episode. Let me know on your ideas. This part of the crane looks good. Not so happy with that part. And that part is the only real part. I don't know. Maybe you guys could think of a better way to do the crane in general, using vanilla blocks only. Maybe you guys can think of something.